It will not remain like this, but it will not go back to the status quo ante. In trade policy, in economic policy, once you make a move, you can't take it back. I don't think comparative advantage is dead. America has decided that they want to take a more narrow, bilateral, transactional view of international trade. We will have to see whether that's possible, because when you have one of the biggest economies in the world taking a radically different approach and really not just withdrawing from, but expressing its disapproval of the WTO system, that will have repercussions, and we will have to see how the eventual situation shakes out. But one thing I have learned in government is that you can fail to follow an economic principle, but you cannot repeal an economic law. Whether you follow it or not, the economic law exists. That's just the way the world works. That's just the way human societies work. Market forces, incentives for people to act in certain ways in their own interest, for countries to act in their own interest, are very powerful and very difficult to just chop off. You close here, it pops up somewhere else. You close there, it pops up somewhere else again. You think you've achieved an objective, something else happens and you're chasing your tail. So I think that we are certainly, from an economic point of view, worse off now than before the 2nd of April, globally. But it's yet to be seen how things will turn out. It will not remain like this, but it will not go back to the status quo ante. In trade policy, in economic policy, once you make a move, you can't take it back. There are consequences. When you first put in the tariffs, everybody complains. The people who need steel say, why is the steel so expensive? The people who need chips, who make chips say, why can't I sell to China? Why can't I import my chips from Taiwan? Whatever. But once you have put in the tariffs, and once new players come who depend on the tariffs and need the tariff protection, and you say, I'm taking the tariffs away, we're going back to where we were, it's politically not possible. And all politically not possible because the businesses with vested interests will complain. Politically not possible because then you will be attacked and say, you know, your predecessor did this to protect us. Why are you unilaterally giving away a chip? You must bargain for something. Which is what happened when Biden took over from Trump #1. Trump 1 put in tariffs against China. Biden didn't take them away. In fact, he tightened the screws on China more. And when there was a debate between Trump and Kamala Harris last year during the campaign, Kamala says, you know, if Trump comes in so many tariffs, then the world will turn upside down. And Trump's answer was, well, in my first term, I put on tariffs on China. It's now 3.5 years into Biden. The tariffs are still there. How's that? There was no answer.